10 most underrated capitals in Europe. When most travelers think of European capitals, the usual suspects come to mind: Paris, Rome, London, maybe even Berlin. But what if I told you that some of Europe's most vibrant, affordable, and culturally rich capitals are ones you've probably never considered? In fact, several of these cities receive less than a tenth of the tourist numbers of their more famous counterparts, despite having just as much, if not more, to offer. These are the capitals where the food is authentic, the crowds are light, and your money stretches way further. In this video, we'll uncover 10 of the most underrated capital cities in Europe, the hidden gems that deserve way more love. Ready to find your next favorite city break? Let's get into it. Ljubljana, Slovenia. Ljubljana might just be Europe's best-kept secret. Nestled between the Alps and the Adriatic, this charming capital of Slovenia feels like a fairy tale with its pastel buildings, leafy riverbanks, and a hilltop castle that watches over the city like an old-world guardian. The vibe here is laid back and green, literally. It was Europe's green capital in 2016, and the city center is almost entirely pedestrian. But don't let the relaxed pace fool you. Ljubljana punches well above its weight in food, culture, and architecture. You'll find a buzzing cafe scene, striking Art Nouveau buildings, and a food market that rivals anything in France. It's safe, walkable, and compact enough to explore in a weekend, but beautiful enough to make you want to stay for a month. And the best part? Fewer crowds, more charm. Bratislava. Often overshadowed by its glamorous neighbors Vienna and Budapest, Bratislava tends to fly under the radar. But that's exactly why you should go. Set on the banks of the Danube, this Slovak capital offers a quirky mix of medieval castles, socialist air oddities, and sleek modern bars, all rolled into a compact and affordable city. The old town is filled with cobbled streets, pastel houses, and secret courtyards, but head just outside and you'll find hipster cafes, gritty street art, and one of the strangest UFO-shaped observation towers in Europe. Some visitors are surprised by how quiet the city can be, but that's part of the appeal. It's a capital city that still feels authentic, unpolished, and totally walkable. Plus, you can easily pop over to Vienna for the day by boat or mission. Why not do both? Valletta, Malta. Tiny in size but massive in history, Valletta is the kind of place where every street feels like a movie set. It's actually Europe's smallest capital, but don't let that fool you. This Maltese gem is packed with more UNESCO sites per square kilometer than any other capital in the world. Built by the Knights of St. John, Valletta is full of golden stone fortresses, Baroque churches, and narrow alleys that open up to sweeping sea views. But here's the kicker. While Malta gets tons of sun-seeking tourists, most bypass Valletta in favor of beaches and resorts. That means fewer crowds in the capital, more elbow room at the museums, and plenty of opportunities to enjoy local cuisine on scenic rooftops. Be prepared, though. The city is hilly and gets hot in summer, so wear comfy shoes and hydrate like your vacation depends on it. Riga, Latvia. If you think Baltic capitals are cold and dull, Riga is here to blow up your expectations. Latvia's capital has the largest collection of Art Nouveau architecture in the world, a buzzing art scene and a nightlife that stays up later than you do. Walk through the city and you'll see pastel buildings with swirling facades, cozy cafes tucked under ancient arches, and trendy spots emerging in old warehouses. There's a subtle edginess to Riga Greti, but graceful, and it's one of the few places where you can sip artisanal coffee in a medieval building or visit a market housed in old Zeppelin hangars. Yes, really. Winters are dark and long, but summer festivals, long golden evenings, and riverside hangouts more than make up for it. Budget-friendly, beautifully weird, and full of surprises, Riga is Baltic brilliance at its best. Podgorica, Montenegro. Podgorica might be the most misunderstood capital in Europe. Often dismissed as boring or too modern, this city is slowly shedding its concrete skin and revealing a laid-back Balkan soul that's well worth your time. Located at the confluence of several rivers and surrounded by mountains, Podgorica is more of a base camp than a headline act. But that's what makes it so intriguing. The cafe culture is strong. The nightlife is surprisingly low. Yes, it lacks the fairy tale charm of other capitals, but it's a great place to feel the real rhythm of Montenegro before heading off to the coast or the mountains. Plus, you'll get bragging rights for visiting a capital that few of your friends could even find on a map. Sometimes the underdog stories are the most rewarding. Skopje, North Macedonia. Croatia is the kind of city that defies expectations and maybe even logic. It's a place where oversized statues, neoclassical facades, and brutalist architecture all collide in a way that feels bizarre, but also strangely fascinating. Critics call it kitschy, but fans call it unique. Either way, you won't forget it. The capital of North Macedonia is also home to one of the oldest bazaars in the Balkans, a beautiful Ottoman bridge, and a bohemian neighborhood full of street art and rakija bars. It's rough around the edges, sure, but Skopje's eccentric charm and diverse layers of history make it feel more like a living museum than a polished tourist trap. Just be ready for some cultural whiplash. It's part of the experience. Vilnius, Lithuania. Vilnius is the capital you didn't know you needed. Tucked away in Lithuania, this city offers a rare mix of Baroque beauty, bohemian spirit, and enough quirky surprises to keep you guessing. The Old Town is one of the largest in Europe and is dripping in charm, but head just a bit further out and you'll stumble into Usupis, a self-declared independent republic filled with artists, philosophers, and an actual constitution posted on walls in multiple languages. Add to that a growing food scene, great craft beer, and reasonable prices, and you've got a destination that's low on crowds but high on character. Just pack a jacket. Winners are no joke here. China or Moldova. If you're the kind of traveler who likes to go off the deep end of the map, Chisinau is calling your name. The capital of Moldova is often described as gray and gritty, but dig a little deeper and you'll find sprawling parks, Soviet relics, and a surprisingly vibrant wine scene. Moldova is one of the world's biggest wine producers per capita, and Chisinau is the gateway to all of it. Sure, it's not polished, and the infrastructure can be hit or miss, but that's part of the thrill. It's raw, real, and refreshingly untouched by mass tourism. Think of it as Europe's forgotten cousin, the one with great stories and a bottle of homemade brandy in the trunk. Just don't expect a postcard-perfect skyline. This city plays by its own rules. You're of antiquated Yerevan, Armenia, technically part of the Caucasus, but often lumped into Europe. Yerevan deserves way more attention than it gets. This ancient capital is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, yet its cafe culture and pink stone buildings feel fresh and vibrant. Mount Ararat looms dramatically in the distance, and locals are among the friendliest you'll meet anywhere. The food is a rich blend of Middle Eastern, Eastern European, and Mediterranean flavors. Expect to gain a few happy pounds. Yerevan's Soviet past is still visible, but it's being quickly overshadowed by art, music, and youth energy. It's safe, walkable, and affordable, and you'll constantly find yourself saying, "Why didn't I come here sooner?" Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Oh, Sarajevo is a city that wears its scars and its soul on the same sleeve. Once known as the Jerusalem of Europe for its mix of religions and cultures, this capital blends Ottoman, Austro-Hungarian, and Slavic influences in a way that few cities can match. Walk a few blocks and you'll pass a mosque, a synagogue, and a cathedral, all peacefully coexisting. The food is hearty and comforting, the coffee is strong, and the people are resilient and warm. While many still associate Sarajevo with the 1990s war, the city has moved forward with grace and grit. It's a place for reflection, yes, but also for connection, and it will stay with you long after you leave. Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and if you've been to any of these gems, share your favorite memory. We'd love to hear it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more hidden travel gems, and share it with your travel squad.